In this video, I'm just going to get into one of the things that people always, especially my instructors, always give me a hard time about. And I got to make sure I'm always explaining this properly of some of the things I do. Some of this comes out of a series of videos I do for my instructors called Things I Like to Do or Stuff I Like to Do, because they're always, beating on me for stuff. So anyway, one of the things that people want to be able to do when it comes to using their legs is to be able to use their legs more freely. If you learn how to kick in, more traditional martial arts or even sportive martial arts, everything is very, very specific. And the problem is when you're dealing with another person, because they move around, you got to learn to kind of adjust. But also, you really got to learn how to control your leg. And one of the things that, you've seen this in Kung Fu movies, you've seen this, karate does this stuff. When I used to do Ishin-Ryu, we used to do stuff like this. But the person who really, really taught me how to do this with my legs was my master, Grandmaster Perkins. And his ability was just incredible. And one of the things he used to do, and I got to laugh because it makes me laugh, was he could move his feet in ways that made no sense. And a part of it was, I'm being honest, he had a natural talent for some stuff. I mean, he could be standing right next to you and like kick you in the head, like for real. It was just crazy. We're talking like Chinese acrobat kind of kicking. But one of the things that I got from him when I was learning how to kick from him, and as opposed to the way I learned when I studied karate, is this ability to control your leg. So what he would have me do sometimes, and I'll just show you, is he would have me bring my knee up and just hold it there for 3, 4, 5 seconds, and then put it down, and then shift legs, and then hold it there for 3 or 4, 5 seconds. And what you're doing is you're now developing the neuromuscular coordination to balance yourself and hold your leg in a position without your body going all over the place. Because the most important thing when it comes to kicking is you got to be able to balance yourself as you're kicking. And in order to get your kicks off fast, you got to be able to lift your foot off the ground without your body going all over the place. So he would have me do stuff like that. From there, we would then practice things like lifting the leg up, extending the foot out, hold it for a few seconds, bring it back, put it down. The idea behind this is to now start developing the muscles in the legs to, again, develop greater control. So all this is from the time that comes from off the ground, the knee bends and I'm kicking. It's just a front kick. Me, when I'm practicing this, I try to keep everything low. I'm very big on low kicks. They're just easier to do. And it allows you to do things with your feet that makes it harder for another person to deal with. The higher you kick, the more balance it takes, but also the more time, relatively speaking, it takes to make the kick work. I'm not saying that I'm against kicking people in the head. I mean, I can still get my foot up where I can kick somebody in the head. I just prefer not to do that, especially here in New York, where, you never know what you're standing on, what ground you're standing on. So what I want you to do is, first, practice lifting your knee from where you are and just hold it there. 3 seconds, 5 seconds, whatever works for you. And then put it down and then switch and do the same thing with your other leg. And hold it there for a few seconds and then put it down. So go ahead and stop the video and then go ahead and practice that. And maybe do it for 20, 30 seconds, whatever, switching back and forth. Don't kill yourself, but focus on feeling yourself, balance yourself, and then come back to the video and then we're going to proceed on. So now that you've done that with the knee, lifting the knee, because it's really the genesis is really just being able to get that leg off the ground. Then practice lifting the leg and just extending it and holding it for a few brief moments and then controlling it and putting it back down. And then do the other leg. Lift the leg, extend, bring it back, put it down. If when you're doing this, you feel like you're going to lose balance, just recover, say, oh well, and go back to what you were doing. The reason you do that is, number one, don't fall. It's just training. This is why we train, right? But the other reason is that I found when you do this and say I'm losing balance and I quickly recover, it actually trains you to not allow yourself to get to the point where you're going to fall and hit your head. Whereas if I feel I'm losing balance, I can quickly adjust and then recover and get back into the fight. Because that ability is a separate skill, just as it's a separate skill to be able to lift your legs, extend it, and kick. So go ahead, practice that, and then we'll come right back. So go ahead and pause the video and we'll come right back to it. Now that you've practiced that, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and start doing other kicks or other movements. So, for example, picking the leg up, extending it, putting it down. Picking the leg up and bringing it up and curling the leg and maybe even extending it back and holding for a few seconds and then bring it back and put it down. Picking the leg up, extending the leg out, bringing it back and putting it down. All these different things you want to be able to practice. Maybe picking the leg up, bringing it out and kind of doing a low side kick and bringing it back. Picking the leg up, maybe doing a heel kick, hold it for a few seconds, bring it back and put it down. And you want to just keep practicing these things. And you want to keep doing it over and over, and you don't have to get crazy about it. And if you do it enough, say you're doing it for like a minute, 2 minutes, just different kicks, picking your leg up, practicing moving like that. When your hips flexors start getting a little tired, that means you're doing it right. You should be feeling it mostly in the hip flexors. If you're feeling it any place else, you're probably leaning or you're doing some things that you shouldn't be doing. Also, only pick the leg up, and I should have said this in the beginning, only pick the leg up as high as you can. Do not try to do what I'm doing. For example, like I said, I still got a few high kicks left in me. Not many, but I can still do a throat kick to somebody, lifting my leg up, pick my foot up. Oh, you want it there too. I can do that. It's not the preferred thing. I really don't like doing that. Plus, I don't want to hurt myself here in this video either. So as I'm doing that, what I'm showing you is I can do it, but it's really not the best thing to do, at least in my opinion. So if you can only lift your leg maybe a little bit off the ground, say I can only get it maybe, 12 inches off the ground, 8 inches off the ground, that's fine. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is when I pick my foot up off the ground and I'm stepping and doing stuff, can I control my leg and my equilibrium to do what I need to do if I'm dealing with another person? So go ahead, stop the video, practice that of just picking the foot up, moving in different directions, and just having fun with it. And then we'll finish up. So now that you've practiced that, a couple key points when you're practicing this on your own. Please do not start off fast. Also, do not do more than what you feel you can handle. There's a lot more going on when you're practicing this than you think. Also, it's challenging your balance, so also concentrate more on feeling yourself being on balance and under control. The power in your legs is already there. Your legs carry you around all day. When you look at things like the triple jump, for example, one of the reasons only a handful of people in the world can do it, let alone do it at the highest levels, the elite levels, is because the amount of force that your legs have to be able to withstand and control your body when you're triple jumping is an incredible amount of force. I mean, it's been measured in some people as much as 18 to 22 times their body mass. Okay, that's a lot of force. My point is, I'm not asking you to triple jump. I'm not asking you to do a long jump. I'm not even asking you, to try to dunk a basketball. I'm just trying to get you to get your foot off the ground as comfortable as you can so that when you're moving and doing things, you're able to use your feet in a fight every bit as good as you can use your hands. Hey, I want to thank you for checking out the video. I have a lot of fun doing these kind of things, and I'm going to be doing more of this stuff. And if you like what you see, make sure you hit the button below and subscribe to the channel.